Hello everyone. My name is Amy Glass. I'm the founder and creator of A Glass of Natural Health and Wellness, the community helping women break free and transform to live a happier, healthier, more abundant life. So welcome to Wellness Wednesdays, where every week you learn quick and simple ways to empower you to take charge of your health and well-being. Today we are talking about emotional intelligence and why is it such an important skill to have, not only in the workplace, but also at home and just in general, having this amazing skill. So for those who don't know me, I work in law enforcement and have done for many years. This would be my 13th year in the service. And I have a background in psychology, forensic psychology, and I'm very, very passionate about mental health and mental well-being. At work, we have a number of trainings on emotional intelligence because it's such an integral part of our role, and it's such an important skill to know, not only for like our type of work, because I work in intelligence, but also just generally how to communicate effectively and all those sorts of things. So, and reading other people's body language and all that sort of stuff. So it is a super important skill. So let me know in the comments if your workplace does trainings on emotional intelligence as well. I'd be very interested to know because I think it's such an important skill. So emotional intelligence refers to the ability to identify, understand, manage, and express emotions effectively in oneself and in others. It encompasses a set of skills and the competencies that enable individuals to recognize and regulate their own emotions, emphasize with others, and hand interpersonal relationships in a positive and constructive manner, hence why it's such an important skill to have. And honestly, I think they should have it should be taught at schools from a young age, learning how to effectively communicate and recognizing other people's emotions and behaviors. I think that being taught in schools would hopefully maybe reduce bullying, and build more resilient kids and all that sort of stuff. And probably, I think it would do a lot of good. If you agree with me, let me know in the comments, and I'd love to discuss this more. Anyway, the concept of emotional intelligence gained prominence through the work of psychologist Peter, I'm going to pronounce this, Solvay and John Meyer in the 1990s, and was popularized by Daniel Goleman in the book Emotional Intelligence in 1995. According to Goleman, and if I'm pronouncing that wrong, I do apologize. Surnames, I don't know why I can't pronounce them, but yep. Anyway, emotional intelligence consists of 5 key components. So, number 1, self-awareness. This involves recognizing and understanding one's own emotions, strengths, weaknesses, values, and goals. Self-awareness in individuals when you are self-aware of how you feel and how your emotions and all that sort of, and how your body language affects others and stuff like that, it allows you to have such a better skill and understanding and keep your emotions in check, especially around an environment, because especially bad moods are contagious, and so are positive moods. So, but also understanding other people's emotions and reading them as well, because you can pick up if someone is not having a great day, or if they need a little help or stuff like that. Especially in my job, we use it for both in our workplace and in cultivating relationships with our workmates and our environment, with our stakeholders, not environment, sorry, but also when we are looking at, we'll call them clients, our clientele, and figuring out how they are going to respond and all that sort of stuff. So understanding, being self-aware of individuals, how they attune to their feelings and can accurately assess their impact on themselves and others is really, really important. Number 2, self-regulation. This refers to the ability to manage and control one's emotions, impulses, and behaviors. It involves being able to adapt to challenging circumstances, handle stress effectively, and maintain a positive outlook. So this is why this in particular self-regulation skill and self-awareness is such a, I believe, such a skill that should be taught in schools, because it will allow kids to effectively manage stress. There's so many, especially I think in these day and age, the pressure of being academic and all these things and social media and all this bombardment of these kids are under constant information overload and stuff like that. And stress is such a massive part in everyone's life, and it can seriously affect people's health. I just did a big workshop on stress less for more happiness, but it was a main focus on what chronic stress can do to you and the serious effects that has on your health, but also ways to effectively manage stress. So this is such an important skill to have, especially if you work in an environment like I do, where it can literally change like that to a high stress situation. We could get a particular emergency job that we have to stop what we were originally doing and just it's all hands on deck onto that particular job. So being able to regulate your emotions and be like, okay, cool, this is a challenging situation, but I've got a positive mindset. I know that if I just work hard, it will get done, and not go into full on panic mode and go, ah, and stress out and your eternal alarm clock goes freaking haywire. You'll be able to get through things effectively. And trust me, being stressed also has an impact on the environment you're in too. Have you ever been home and your partner or yourself and you're really stressed, and then they get stressed, and it's like you start nitpicking at each other and all that kind of stuff? It's contagious. So self-regulating is such an important skill to have. I'm not saying that you need to hold back your emotions. I'm saying that it's understanding how your emotions, like how you feel, and expressing them in the right, effective way is probably the best way to say that. But yeah, it's such an important skill to have. Number 3, motivation. So emotional intelligence involves being driven by motivation, having a sense of purpose, and setting and working towards meaningful goals. With this motivation can be multiple things. This is more set for the work environment, but you can adapt this into the home environment as well, because everyone has goals at home. Like it could be just a project that you have at home that you want to do, or even just a goal to spend more time together or something like that as a family. This, having the motivation to get that done, is such an important role to have just success in all aspects of your life. So individuals with high emotional intelligence are often more resilient, optimistic, and demonstrate a commitment to personal growth. So a motivation sort of encapsulates that and allows you to have a growth mindset and not a shut-off mindset. And if you're not quite sure what the difference between those two are, let me know in the comments and I can get you some more information. Number 4, empathy. So empathy is the capacity to understand and share the emotions of others. It involves listening attentively, recognizing others' perspectives and acknowledging them, and being sensitive to others' feelings. And empathic individuals like myself can build strong connections and provide support and foster positive relationships. I am such, my empathic skill, I don't think it's a skill. Sometimes it can be a burden. I take on people's emotions. I'm such a person that just likes helping, to the point sometimes it becomes a detriment to my own health. But if I ever see anyone that's upset or anything like that, I need to help them and reach out to them, because I know what it feels like to feel alone. And when you're struggling with, and whether it's mental health or just having a bad day or anything like that, I've been there, I've done that. I've been through so much mental health and trauma in my life that I do not want other people to feel like that. So I will support anyone that I see that's struggling, and support anyone that's really doing well too. This goes both ways. And number 5, social skills. So these are the abilities to communicate effectively, cooperate cooperate, still can't say cooperate with others, resolve conflicts, and build and maintain relationships. People with strong social skills can navigate social situations, influence others positively, and work as a team and not try and take over and be, you do this and blah, 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 blah. It's working effectively. And acknowledging other people's opinions too, whether they are the opposite of yours, is such a skill. And sometimes it can be a hard skill to have, especially in a work environment. It can cause conflict, but having these emotional intelligence skills will ensure that you don't see it as a conflict. You see it as a great way to workshop and brainstorm with others and come to the best solution for everyone. So these are such important skills, hence why I mentioned they should be taught at primary school and definitely in high schools too. So why is it such an important skill to have? Emotional intelligence is considered an important factor in personal and professional success. It can contribute to improved self-awareness, better communication, stronger relationships, effective leadership, and enhance overall well-being. So that's pretty much super important, isn't it? It is a skill that can be developed and cultivated through self-reflection, practice, and learning from experience. It's not just something that some people are more naturally emotionally intelligent, but it's not a skill that we are born with. It's something that we learn from our environment, and empaths, you are born with being an empath and stuff like that. But it is a learnt skill, not a natured skill. That's not the right term. Anyway, let me know in the comments if you think emotional intelligence should be taught in schools. I really think this is a debate that we could really talk to. And I think if we brought awareness to it, hopefully people might start listening. And if there's enough support around it, or if your workplace does it, I'd like to know if your workplace does emotional intelligence courses and what they involve and stuff like that. Because I think, like I said, it is such an important skill to have, and it really should be taught. It is such a vital skill to have to be successful in any aspect of your life. So hope this Wellness Wednesdays has provided you with some valuable information to empower you to take charge of your health and well-being. Remember to catch next week's Wellness Wednesdays. And if you have any questions or feedback, please let me know in the comments. Thank you so much for joining me today. And until next time, remember to refill your glass and get your thirst back for life.